Simple things in life we never think about, but at 10:30 I played it over and over, that it might be all over. Lord, I wanna see you motor. Those moments were treasurable. 10:30 made them memorable. While I'm lying there begging, begging in your name, I pray, let me see this through. See another day, another 10:30.
All right. I've never really spoke publicly about another 10:30. I remember when it first happened, I made a post on Facebook or whatever, letting everybody know, but I never really talked about it publicly, other than my original post, which I didn't mind doing because my kids were not, they were too young and they weren't going to have access to Facebook. That's the only place I really wrote anything about what happened. We didn't tell them what exactly happened that day because we just felt like they were too young to understand.
Those moments were treasurable. 10:30 made them memorable. While I'm lying there begging, begging in your name, I pray, let me see this through. See another day, another 10:30. I shed my tears and then I chose. I'm singing, yeah, I'm singing about it. They say the
But now that I'm doing a remake of the song and I have, full story being told with visuals and pictures of what happened that day, and now that they're older, we feel like they're definitely going to understand when we tell them what happened. But also, I don't want them to see the video online and see the actual pictures of what happened and start having questions. So we figure, hey, it's time for them to understand what happened and address it, because it's time for me to really share. And for me, the song Another 10:30 was really therapeutic to me. It helped me a lot. I remember when it first happened, people thought I should go to therapy. And in my mind, I really didn't think that that's what I needed. That wasn't going to help me because I knew me. However, I'm going to backtrack. September 2022, I was working at home by myself. Kids were at school, wife was at work. And I had a note on my door for either FedEx or UPS, I can't remember, because the day previously they left a note saying that they missed us. They couldn't deliver a package. And I'm sitting there scratching my head thinking I was home. So when they came back to deliver the package, I wanted them to know that I was home. So I left a note that said, I'm at home, knock on the door. And to me, that's important because I'm assuming this is why the individual knew someone was at home. However, it was someone that lived in the neighborhood that I've spoken to before on several occasions, just, a neighbor, So I'm sitting there, I get a knock on my door around 10:30 in the morning. So I'm thinking it's the package being delivered. I opened the door. I didn't even look through the peephole because instantly I'm thinking to myself, it's my package being delivered. So I opened the door. When I opened the door, I saw this individual. Oh, it was someone I recognized anyways. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Or whatever. Small talk. I believe Okay, so he had a box in his hand, and I think he was trying to get me to buy something. I can't remember, either a rose or something. He knew I had a wife, kids, or whatever. And I'm like, oh no, I don't need it or whatever. So just kind of having that interaction. I think I messaged some. I made a comment about my music, you know, and just kind of laughing like, oh, okay, I see you got a little hustle here. I said, oh, well, I do music. I don't know if I can really say it's a hustle, but just kind of small talk or whatever, quick 2 second small talk. But obviously someone that I knew in the neighborhood, no big deal, didn't feel threatened. I would say within less than I don't know, maybe a minute or two of that conversation, what I anticipated was a brief conversation. I get back to work. All of a sudden, I feel myself dazed, face down, because I remember it like it was yesterday. Didn't know what happened to me. But then when I raised up, that's when I realized what was happening. My nose gushing blood everywhere. And then I see him holding a gun. In an instant, I couldn't believe my current reality, because it's something you never think you would ever go through. So I'm sitting there literally pissing myself. And it's something that oftentimes I say, you never know what you're going to do or how you're going to react until you're in that situation. My only reaction was essentially to beg for my life and to say, hey, whatever you want, whatever you need, you can take it. I have a family. Just let me live. He put his hand on my chest and started kind of guiding me through the house. Asked for my wallet, asked for my car keys, and then we ended up in the bathroom. He made me wipe the blood that was on his hand, because he was holding the gun in one hand and had his other hand on my chest, guide me, but I was bleeding all over his hand. He made me wipe it. And all this time, I just kept saying, you can have whatever you want. I just want to see my family again. I just want to see my family again. You can have whatever you want. I kept just begging and pleading. But at the end there, I guess in the box that he had or whatever, he had something to tie me up with. So it was absolutely premeditated. Just kind of looking at the way everything transpired, because he had things in that box when he came up to my door. He wanted me to get in the bathtub. For some reason, I didn't want to. I don't know what was going on. In my head, I was just kind of, I have no clue why, but for some reason, I didn't want to get in behind the bathtub, because in a way, I felt like if he was going to do something to me, maybe I wanted a chance to look him in the eyes and plead. And I felt like if I was in the bathtub and shower curtain, I don't know, just, everything was moving so fast and I was so scared. I felt like I needed to see him to plead for my life. So for some reason, I didn't get in the bathtub. Then he proceeded to tell me to get on the ground. I had no choice at that point. The bathtub thing, I didn't get in for some reason. He told me to face down. And then he started tying me. Tied my leg, tied my hands behind my back. At that point, I told myself, that was the point I told myself that this is it. Swear to God, I said, this is it. I told myself, there's absolutely no way you're going to make this through. It is what it is. I came to peace in my heart and I said, this is my time and there's nothing I can do about it. Fighting back wasn't a chance for me. I'm 5'7". He was about 6'3", 6'4", and just solid muscle. So I had no chance. Thankfully, I made it through. But the following days, I'm not gonna lie, it was extremely, oh man, it played a number on my head. And yes, I was paranoid. Just, I mean, you can't help but to. But I find a way to work through it internally through my music. It's absolutely crazy because all my years of writing songs, I have never ever written a song as fast as I wrote another 1030. Never. So I'm just processing life and the things that happened, and you know, how am I gonna come out on the other end of this without being ruined mentally? I just started writing. I just started writing. I just started going away, you know? And for me, what stood out was how that day started out as an entirely normal day, like any other day. You wake up, feed the kids, everybody take a shower, you know, kiss the kids goodbye, Randy goodbye, take Catherine to school. To me, that's what stood out. That day was a normal day, like any other day. So that's what just sparked the lyrics. That this started out to be a normal day, not knowing that 10:30 things could have changed. And at 10:30, I was not going to have another 10:30 in my life. I was not going to have another 10:30 to spend time with my family. So it kind of gave me a perspective of playing back how the little moments in life sometimes are meaningful. And I'm guilty of taking things for granted. I'm not going to lie, you know? And I think we all do sometimes, not being grateful for the things we have, always wanting more, you know, not being grateful for the time we have, always wanting more, because I think it's just human nature. I don't know, to always want more. And experiencing that kind of made me feel a lot of emotions towards family. But I won't lie, you know, you experience something like that, you think it's going to change you, it changes you momentarily. And then you go back to kind of still being ungrateful, kind of still not cherishing the little moments. I mean, I listened to that song, the remake of it, and my God, whew, man. I said, I wish I set my camera up when I first had the OjoRebooted version to record my emotions, because I didn't think I would react that way. After listening to the song over and over, I set my camera up. Maybe, I think after hearing it back to back for probably like the 6th or 7th or 8th time, I can't even remember. That's when I set my camera up. But I wish I set it up just to capture what it did to me. I swear to God, I never imagined that listening, because, you know, when time does heal wounds. When I listen to my version, and I've heard it multiple times, you know, the feeling that I have when it first happened, it's not the same anymore, because I've healed. You know, time has passed. I've worked it out within me. But when I heard the new version, it was brand new to me. It was like it just happened yesterday. The way the lyrics were transformed, the way the lyrics, it almost sounded like a new song. But I knew the experience, so it made everything new again. So I just want to share it with everybody. I'm just kind of want to tell the story, and I guess as a songwriter, it does something to the heart to see my words come to life in a way that I could never. And that's just the reality of it. I could not make those words that I wrote come to life the way I just did. And I'm kind of excited to share it with you guys. I really am. Because when I heard it, I was just like, wow, powerful. So, January 1st is the release date. I hope you guys follow me with this new chapter, this new journey. And another 10:30, it's rebooted, reimagined. So follow me on this journey, and I hope you guys like the new version.
Another 10:30. Got something to do, someone to love, get it done, 'cause you never know. Your last 10:30, in your name I pray, let me see this through. See another day, another 10:30.